hatched a plan.
So the kids like to ask and answer questions, and we thought we could use this to our advantage so they could teach themselves lessons.
Yes. Also, did you notice that Chicago accent just then? Say ask and answer questions, Ed. One of us is a native to Chicago and one of us is not. You guess which one. See what they had to say.
Life is like a menu. You could choose the really good one or the bad one. Like the bad one is anger, the side of frustration and groaniness and sighing. And the good one is happiness with the side of fun and awesomeness. You can choose to be happy or be angry, but if I had to choose, it would be the happy. Something like a game, tag, you're frozen. And no one really comes because you're being blocked and you think it's unfair, but you never even mentioned the rule. Move on, get over it, let it just happen.
We asked Eloise what she might tell someone who gets upset. She may or may not get upset a lot about whatever.
Frequent state of upsetness. That's how Eloise is currently, so we're working on that.
I may have used that menu analogy with her a time or 5, but she seems to get the concept, so we're working on it, and she's doing a lot better.
For people who don't like trying things, who already decided they don't like it, you should just come up, see what it is, see what it tastes like. If you don't like it, you can just say, this is my favorite. But you still should come back and try it again and see if you like it. I normally don't like a lot of things, but now I'm getting good at trying new things and liking them. We stopped at a restaurant and there was cheese curds, and usually I don't like cheese, but I tried cheese curds and they are delicious. If you already decide you don't want to try it, you're not good at it, you probably won't be. But if you do the try, I'm going to be good at this. This is going to be fun. It probably will be fun. At first, soccer seemed really hard because you had to kick the ball past other players to get into the goal. But I tried that, and now I love soccer. We play it every year. Try stuff. You never know. You might like it.
And that's been a huge thing for Lincoln. There was probably a solid year wherein he survived on peanut butter.
And unicorn tears.
And unicorn tears.
And dreams.
And dreams. That's it. He ate nothing. And getting him to try things was such a battle.
He would regularly go without eating for a whole day.
Like, you know how they say, oh, just offer him whatever meal you've made and they can either eat it or not eat? He would pick not eat every single time. Like, every time. If that technique didn't really work for us, so we sort of rode out that storm with a lot of encouragement of, try it. You might like it. Somehow he's turned the corner and he eats actual human food now. So it was kind of funny to see him give advice of, try it. You might like it. The most recent victory being cheese, as he told you.
It's easier to have a good attitude when doing jobs and chores, because if you think you're going to do it well, you will do it well. If you think you're going to do it bad, you will do it bad. It's the same in school. If you have a good attitude about it, you'll get it done really fast. If you have a bad attitude, it'll take a long time. Recently, I've had bad attitude during school, and having a bad attitude, it wasn't very fun. Some things I do to make chores more fun is either sing or play music, which I really like that. And having a good attitude helps too.
So with Bennett, having a good attitude, it's funny because he's had so many experiences with this. He had a math worksheet and he was really upset about having to do it. And I said, well, does being mad about it mean you're not going to have to do it? No. So just have a good attitude about it. But he was determined to be really mad. And it took him probably 15 or 20 minutes to complete it. And the next day we did the exact same worksheet. And it took him 4 with a good attitude.
Yeah.
That was a nice example to actually like sort of quantify what having a bad attitude does, how much it drags out the thing that you don't want to do.
Right. I have to do it either way. So you might as well do it right and do it with a good attitude and be on your way.
Right. None of these things are optional, mind you. So just do it right.
It's not about winning, it's about the fun. You can even have fun when you lose. Start losing, I count from 4 to 100.
Why do you do that?
Because it makes me happy.
Somebody tell you to do that, or did you just figure that out by yourself?
I figured it out by myself. I realized counting makes me feel better. Winning is just about if you're a good sport.
You know, Oliver is a game player. He is constantly trying to enlist someone to play a game with him.
Forget that he's 5 sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's playing some games and doing some things. And then...
it's all fun and games until he's not winning that game.
Yeah.
And then it's less fun and games.
And then he's 5. You can tell he's 5.
Yes. We are very different in how we approach this. I am not even sort of competitive.
Like I'm not either.
I smell competition and I'm like, I'm out. Seth is get in there and get it done and win it.
And hurt someone's feelings along the way.
So they've inherited that, not this. We love playing games in our house, but we're working on playing while being a good sport. When I originally asked Oliver what a good sport was, he says, it means you're good at winning all the games.
Attaboy.
So we've had to teach him what being a good sport means.
Things don't go his way. Sometimes winning is a lot more fun. So
obviously.
That's the way it is.
Even for a non-competitive person, that's obvious.
Be nice to our friends. Be happy. Happy and share toys.
What are you doing, Cooper?
I'm trying to put my legs. Not kick his friends. Yeah. Be nice to Mama. I will kick somebody take my toy. I will take it. My toy. Ah! My friend be sad or happy. Happy. Bring me faster. That's a nice. Hello. I'm happy. Oh! Got a poopy bug. This button. Mary waited. Be nice and goodbye to whoever.
I was kind of impressed with that. I was kind of impressed with those answers.
That's some good advice. You could
Except
tell that
for
they were
Cooper.
experts.
Cooper's horrible.
Oh, Cooper might have missed the question.
Don't do anything Cooper says.
Please restate the question.
Yes. Do ignore that. Delightful Bobcat, but no.
It's a work in progress.
Okay, so one of the things that we have started in our house, which made a big difference, was the I'd Love To jar. This is our I'd Love To jar. It's filled with, Seth, do the honors.
Make it rain.
Make it rain. Warm fuzzies up in here. These are, we call warm fuzzies. So when you're asked to do something and you respond with, I'd love to, you get to put a warm fuzzy in the I'd Love To jar. And when it's full, we get to do a family activity together. And we have gone through one whole round of filling the I'd Love To jar. And we went, what did we do?
The roller skating laser tag video game extravaganza. Prior to
implementing the I'd Love To jar, we had a lot of, you play the part of Bennett. Bennett, go do this thing.
I don't want to. Why do I have to do it? They aren't doing it.
It's
always me.
But they just did that thing. A lot of that. And it was when asked to do something, you respond with, I'd love to, and you get to put in a warm fuzzy. And if they responded poorly, we took a warm fuzzy out. So we definitely had It was like a put 5 in, take 2 out, put 3 in, take 1 out. It was, it took a while. How long do you think it took? Maybe a month and a half? 2 months?
Yeah, probably 2 months. But
I'm not someone who normally is an overly huge fan of...
positive reinforcement. Oh,
that sounds really mean when you put it that way.
my bad.
But I feel like, okay, you get a sticker for acting like a normal human being. That's not my favorite. So I have generally steered away from the star chart and stuff like that. I feel like there are certain basic, fundamental, normal human things you have to do and the way you have to act, and we're not getting stickers for that. I sound like a really mean mom when I say that. But even after we filled the jar and we had a window of time before we started it up again, you could tell that it really had just instilled the habit of responding with, I'd love to. It may be a little different in our house because we homeschool. We have more time to do things like jobs. Because we're all home together all day, they're obviously here to make a mess more than if they were gone all day. So there's more contribution on their end to keeping our house running and keeping it tidy. So that's been an important thing for us that we focused on, is making sure everyone has a good attitude when they're asked to contribute to our household. This is us trying to raise good human beings.
And aren't mass murderers. So.
Yeah, we're going to aim a little higher than that, but we're off to a good start, I feel like.
Yeah.
So maybe some of that's helpful to you. Maybe not. I think raising little humans is fun.
I think our zoo is fun.
Yes, our zoo is fun. So go have fun with your zoo and be awesome.